This is the third of three mining companies that you've heard this morning. You heard about diamonds first, then uranium with Jordan and Sky Harbor. We share an office with Sky Harbor. I'm a sister company with Cypress with Sky Harbor. Our management has some crossover between our companies. Cypress is all about a lithium clay deposit in Nevada. It's a large lithium clay deposit. It sits halfway between Reno and Las Vegas. We've taken this deposit in the last 2 years from just exploration drilling and discovery all the way now we're working on a PFS. We're advancing it forward. Cypress trades on the TSX Ventures Exchange under the symbol CYP. Also, we're in the US on the OTC under CYDVF. We've got 93 or 98 million shares total outstanding, diluted, 73 outstanding. Market cap is sitting around 18 million right now. Okay, our stock has been trading anywhere up to 40 cents in the last year. We're currently trading in between 20 and 25 cents. With share structure, we have no family office participation yet. That might be a hint. We are pretty widely dispersed. There's no single shareholder within Cypress that we can point to and say, well, this is a controlling interest. The insiders control about 5% of the company in just holdings. We have about, of that, 1 million in our cash position, which is remaining. We have about $800,000 left. That's enough to get us through our PFS. I was appreciating Graham's comments this morning about private placements. Shortly, we're probably going to go to market or go out for a private placement and do another raise, probably about $1 million or $2 million, to keep us maintained as we complete the PFS and move on to a feasibility study. Just some highlights of what Cypress is. We have a large-scale lithium asset. It's in Nevada. It is large. It's world-class in terms of size. It's a clay deposit, which is a new class of lithium. 60% of the world's lithium comes out of brine deposits, mostly in South America. The other 40% comes out of hard rock, out of pegmatites, mostly Australia. In the United States, we are in Nevada. Nevada is not just the top USA province for mining, it's the top one in the world. Fraser Institute just came out a month or so ago and rated Nevada as the top place in the world for mining investment. Our management team is experienced in bringing projects of this nature all the way from exploration to development. Our project has rapidly advanced within the last 2 years, all the way from exploration to development, and we're fully financed now to go all the way from our PEA, which we complete in October, to finish a PFS, which we anticipate completing in the next 2 months. To give you some perspective on the deposit itself, it is a major lithium resource. We've calculated in total resources, in indicated and inferred resources, about 9 million tons total of lithium carbonate equivalent. LCE is the way we measure that in the industry. It's not physically lithium carbonate yet, but that would anticipate that you are able to take the lithium that's in the clay, extract it, and then produce the lithium carbonate at the end of the day. What's 9 million tons equal? Well, in terms of our project, that's a huge resource. In terms of the industry, that is a world-class resource. Our deposit is flat. It's easy to mine. It's a clay deposit which extends down to about over 150 meters deep. It's soft. We don't anticipate any drilling blasting. There is no overburden to it. It's a leachable clay. It consumes low acid. As we'll get on in a couple more slides, we'll talk about some comparables. There's essentially 4 projects that are in this class of acid leachable clays, lithium clays. And again, our location is ideal. We're right next to Albemarle's Silver Peak lithium brine operation. That is the world's first lithium brine producer in the world of lithium. Our directors are all experienced in taking exploration projects to development. Don Houston, James Pettit, and Simon, who's here, are part of the Sentinel Marketing Group, which has crossover with management at Sky Harbor and you heard from Jordan earlier. And I myself came out of Tech Cominco, spent 20 years there, then went to a company, Anexco, and from there I came to Cypress. So experience management, I have over 40 years experience in mine development. And I'll just go straight into the PEA economics. This was completed in October last year. This is what our basis is and working forward in our pre-feasibility study that we're working on right now. We were able to generate a pre-feasibility or PEA which had robust economics, 32% IRR, on the basis of $13,000 per ton lithium price for lithium carbonate. Our project was scaled to 15,000 tons per day, and that would result in 24,000 tons a year of lithium carbonate. A key metric here in this table is the operating cost at under $4,000 a ton, which puts it on the low end of all new projects, and a CapEx of $480 million. The one thing our project does need is a sulfuric acid plant. So of that $480 million, about a third of that is for just a sulfuric acid plant to drive the leaching process. Here's a table of comparables. There's, as I mentioned, there's 4 projects that are advanced in the clay space for lithium. One of the largest is the Thacker Pass project of Lithium Americas. And that one is located in northern Nevada. It has a resource of about 10 million tons of lithium carbonate. Of that, $548 million market cap of Lithium Americas. Maybe about 200 or 300 million of that is attributable to Thacker Pass, and the rest is lithium brines from South America. The next one to the right of that is Ioneer, which was formerly a Global Geosciences project in Nevada. That's about 40 miles west of us. And that project's called Rhyolite Ridge. That's a mixed lithium borate project, and their market cap is sitting about $300 million right now. And finally, the one to the right of that is Bacanora, which you may have heard about in the news just yesterday. They received an investment from Jinfeng, a Chinese lithium company, and they are going to participate with Bacanora in the development of the Sonora project. And their market cap has been sitting around $60 million. That's down substantially. All of the companies down from last year when the lithium prices took a little tumble. Also, with respect to Lithium Americas, that's also a big Jinfeng investment. So in that table, you have 2 of the 4 companies, which is financed by Jinfeng right now. 3 of those are in Nevada, and the 4th one is in Mexico. I'll just do a quick run through of this key events table just to point out a few things. In 2014, Albemarle took over Rockwood Industries, which held the Silver Peak lithium mine, which is next to us. So we have Albemarle as a neighbor. In 2015, Tesla developed the Gigafactory, which is up in Sparks, Nevada. That's about a 3-hour drive north of us. So we're well located with respect to Tesla. And just a week ago, Schlumberger decided they would help finance Pure Energy Minerals, which has a lithium brine project adjacent to us, right between us and Albemarle in Clayton Valley. And they're going to build a pilot plant for them for $25 million. So you do have interest right in our area between Albemarle, Tesla, and now Schlumberger. So we do have major companies.
Does that correlate with why your stock spiked in at that same period?
Generally, in that time frame, lithium companies in general were doing well. And then the prices started tumbling and had a little sell-off there. Okay. And I'll just wrap up with the location here. I won't go through the rest of the technical part on the mining and the processing. Just to say, here's the Silver Peak lithium brine operation right next to us. We have about 5,000 acres adjoining that, an extensive clay deposit. How large is our clay deposit? Well, it's 9 million tons of LCE, lithium carbonate. If we take it at that 24,000 tons a year of lithium carbonate number, that would give us something like a 375-year mine life. So it's a huge mine life with respect to the resource. I heard the Bacanora CEO the other day saying he has a 250-year mine life. That's more than enough that I need to think about in my lifetime. So there's plenty of room in our project to scale up, to look for better parts of the deposit to mine. It's an easy project to mine and process. So we're quite excited in moving the project forward. Okay. Is that 10?
Sorry, 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, I can go forward a little bit here. Just to show you what the clay deposit looks like. It's an extensive volcanic-derived ash, which has been altered to clay. Unlike a couple other clay deposits that are out there, our lithium is an illite, which is leachable. You may have heard something of clay deposits not being very processable. Bacanora, for example, has a calcining kiln at their project. Ours doesn't require that because ours is an illite and not another mineral called hectorite. The table on the right there shows that we have good thicknesses and averaging about 1,000 plus ppm lithium, which equates in dollar terms to about $70 or $80 a ton material on the ground. Here's a key point out of the resource table. We wind up with about 1.9 billion tons of clay, running about 900 ppm lithium. In our PEA, we looked at an area which was supposed to give us about 20 to 30-year mine life. It turned out to be 500 million tons, which was a 40-year plus mine life. We just completed infill drilling program on the property. We did 6 holes in the south end of that infill area. All 6 holes hit consistent grade, consistent thickness of lithium, averaging about 80 meters thick and 1,100 ppm lithium. And that's a quick schematic of what the project would look like if fully developed. The ultimate pit, which we'll never see in our lifetime, would be extensive, covering all of the property. We'd put the pilot plant there on Angel Island on solid ground to the west of it, have an access road going up to the highway, and then tailings facilities to the north and south. Mining, again, would be simple, soft material. There's no drilling, blasting, and we'll likely have a conveyor or a pumping facility to pump it over to the mill. The clays are acid leachable. They're not hectorite clays. We have a short residence time in leaching, 4 to 8 hours. We do have to heat the solution up to 50 degrees C, probably no more than that, to extract the lithium. We get a good extraction of the lithium, and the acid consumption relative to other clay deposits is low. That's a quick look at the flow sheet. Flow sheet really is a simple flow sheet. It would look exactly like a gold CIP or CIL mill. We basically have several leach vessels and separated by thickeners, or likely what we're going to have is centrifuges in between those steps to separate the solids and the liquids and then move it on through the process. We have 2 modes of processing that are available to us. Our base case is based upon evaporation and crystallization. We raise the pH up, which you can see in the slide and the photos as we're increasing pH from left to right. We drop out the iron, the magnesium, and other elements, and then we're left with a pure solution, which we can then either crystallize or take to ion exchange. And that slide just talks about the ion exchange and possibly doing reverse osmosis for recovering the lithium. Upcoming catalysts, our biggest one is completing the PFS, which we anticipate in about another 2 months. And after that, we'll be looking for financing to move forward to a pilot plant and then a full feasibility study.